Alright, this is ENX2 coming at you, pre-recorded as always. Today I have the woman of the hour, the head honcho, the CEO and founder of ENX2 Marketing, Nicole Farber.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited. I want to do that. All right.
Yes. I wonder, like, how many people have ever heard that and know what I'm referencing when I say that.
I do. I think it's genius.
I'm glad.
I thought it was great. That's why I wanted to do it. So every time I watch one of your episodes, I hear, all right.
I always do that. I don't know why. I've never seen that movie, but I just like.
You didn't?
I've never seen that movie. I just know that line.
It's a good line. That's the only thing you need to know. All right.
Okay. Now I'm nervous about the movie.
I don't even remember. Don't worry.
This was a long time. Nicole,
Yes.
you're a lot of things. I've been a lot of things, which I am about to list. You've been top 40 under 40 executives of the Northeast. You've spoken on behalf of Google at the world's largest small business expo in Philly. You've led the team to awards from the International Davy Awards, been nominated for the 2017 North American EY Entrepreneurial Winning Women Program. You've been named the most influential female CEO of the year in digital marketing, and most recently received the Young Professional Under 40 by the Back Mountain Chamber. That's not even everything. I had to cut stuff out because I was worried I'd run out of breath.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't even just it's my whole team that deserves these. So it's not even like towards me. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole team thing because if I don't have my team, I wouldn't even be deserving of any of that.
Well, that's very kind. As someone who's part of the team.
Yeah.
What? I guess it was going to be the question, like, what's it like to have your success, or like the team's success, recognized by so many people and organizations?
Well, I have to say that I am completely blessed. It is definitely anybody could, account for this that it's ebbs and flows in business, but I have to say it's the people you surround yourself with, there's a big difference going into work and a job that you kind of don't really want to be there, or you're thinking about all these different things all the time and you're not in the moment. The best things get done when you're actually in the moment. And many different people, I've always said, depending on who you're surrounding yourself with, they help bring it all out of you. So it's all about the team. It's all about the team. You should know
Okay.
this. You know how I am.
I mean, yeah, well, I have to pretend I don't know when I ask the question, or else I'm gonna find out. Yeah, it's
You
like,
get to do whatever right now.
right, it's true. But then I guess the follow-up question is, does it ever come with the pressure to one-up yourself? Anyway, as you're talking about how you're always thinking about other things,
Yes.
but don't you think thinking of one for yourself is also, say, a good thing to think about while you're working? Sure, you don't want to get stressed about other things, but I don't know, maybe another award sounds like a good goal.
Oh, yes. They're all good goals. I think that we have a whole new horizon in front of us, with all new good things that we're going to be coming out with, all new designs, I wanted to say products, but not really products, photographs, all kinds of different things that we're going to be throwing out there. Social media things. So the sky is our limit. I always say, we'll never ever be reaching our potential because our potential is limitless. So, and that's exciting. Of course we want to go for all these different awards, but I would love to see others get them as well, here, because you guys are the superstars. You guys just let me do this every now and then.
We're always happy to do that.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't obvious, there's very little you and the team can't do. So why do it? But not why did you choose legal marketing, but why do you want to start your own business rather than potentially make more money as an exec in another company with more overhead support rather than be the overhead support yourself?
That's correct, and I do think about that often. Not that much, but it is, I always say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And that came to me from a very dear friend who actually helped push me into this legal marketing. So shout out to my buddy who knows who he is. And I honestly, Chris, I had to. This is going to be honest. I had to, because I had this feeling within me that I needed to take a move. I always knew that, when I was, working and stuff, I always utilized every single gift that I had to be my best that I could for everybody. I took on, different positions that I was before here, and I did them the best that I could, no matter what it was. If I was picking up, a bag of garbage and taking it out, I would do it the best that I possibly could, making sure nothing was around it. If I was, making a huge ask of, having somebody donate $100,000 or something, I was doing the same thing the best of my ability. Like, I always believe that whatever you do, you put your whole heart and soul into, and just work your best and do everything that you possibly can, and those things will end up becoming more for you in the future. They do come out. So I did that, and I knew that if I could be entrusted in somebody else's things, with somebody else's things, that someday that I wanted to be able to do it on my own, because of the fact that I was a single mom. So it was really, this all kind of like sparked because of my son, because it was so hard being a single mom and trying to work and have to go to all these different things. And I was the one who had to be there to, make sure he was at his school functions and his, extracurricular activities, his sports, everything. And there was no way that I would be able to do my best for somebody else, if I had all these limitations, because my son was most important. He'll always be most important. And so with my own, me being able to do all these different things that I gained from working at these different places and being, slowly climbing the ladder until I hit my glass ceilings where I was at. And then this was what was the next thing that I had to do. So I really would think about it all the time. I'd be like, if I could only have a job that I love doing, with people that I loved being around, and do the different things that other employers maybe did to me that I didn't want, I'd always be like, I'm never going to do this to someone, or if somebody just works like this for me and they work like I worked for them, then I would do whatever. I'd be lenient, and I really do try to be like that, as long as I'm sure that you could account for this too. Like, just do your best and make things easier on everybody, and that's, everything will go fine as much as it could be. So at that time I was just like, I have to do this. So I put my mind to it. I put my nose in the computer a lot more, studied different things where I could. I talked to as many people as I could. I got myself into these different groups and, always other people that knew more than me. And I just soaked up as much as I possibly can, and then said, I could do this. I know I could do this, because I, ran different organizations before. And so I'm like, it was just something that I knew I had to do within me. And I knew it was something I had to do in order to be the parent that I set out to be when I had my child. So my son. So I had to, I really, there could be a whole mix of things, and I know that I just like kind of went around the circle on this.
I mean, it's fine. Every part of it was like very much
interesting.
My attention was
always like, oh.
I was very much like listening to chomping
yes.
every word as we
went
around the place.
So like, if I had to like, do something for work and there was something, and I'd be like, well, I have to leave early, or I have to do this because my son really needs me. I'm the only person here for my son. So in order to do that, I had to become my own.
The business that
yes.
what you needed.
Yes, I had to. So I created it.
Yeah, because not many companies are going to let you do that. Not many companies are going to let you be
no.
there for your family.
And you can't expect it either. You know what I mean? Like, you can't.
Like, it's not necessarily unfair that they don't allow you, but at the same time, then you just have to create the opportunity for yourself.
For yourself, if this is something that you are in need of, you can't rely on other people to make make you happy. That was something that I had to learn. You know what I mean? And not only in my personal life, but in business. No matter what, business is business. It's not personal. And I had a very difficult time doing the two of them, just because of my personality and the things that I had. But I was like, I felt like I was trying to shove a square peg in a round hole. And it just wasn't happening. And I'm like, well, this isn't fair to my employer that I need more and more time off, because it just like, I still had that, like I still had that in me to know that I couldn't do that to an employer when it was my son and these are my things, and it's business. Like, they just need me to be there and do so I had to do this. And it was not easy.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah. And like you brought up an excellent point, like the only person to make you happy is yourself. But most people usually
Exactly.
think of that as a kind of reference to relationships, but I don't think a lot of people think about that in relation to business, because that's
No, they don't.
You can't expect a job that you have or employer to make you happy. Like that's not how it works. 'Cause you can't just go into work every day expecting this. I guess the work you do every day to make you happy if you're not willing to put in the work.
And emotionally rewarding too. It's like you're expecting way too much out of a business situation. That work is work. You know, you have your gifts and abilities in different areas and you have passions, but work is work. You know, like work is work. Now, if you're able to, if you've been blessed and you're able to do both of them, you know, like together, wow, that's pretty amazing. And that's what I always want everybody to strive to. So me, as a business owner, the culture I can create is one that I respect and appreciate, which I know that, you know, anybody who comes alongside of me, you know, my team members, they're gonna respect me for that, you know, because we're all adults. It's business, you know. This is your chance. You either make it or you break it, you know. Like, I'm fun, but I also like to run a tight ship. I like things to be, you know, in sync, going with everything as they have to be. But as you know, I love to have fun. You know, and I'm kind of aloof and this and that, but I do. I want my clients successful. I want us successful. I want you to grow. I want the other team members to grow. This is on us. This is our life. And we make it what we want it to be. And so that's where I set out to be. And now I'm constantly looking for the right opportunities that'll keep making us go forward. And as you bring along the right people and you surround yourselves with them and you take the right counsel and the right wisdom and the right things, and you know, everybody's like in the same line of vision, then we're all going to go forward. This is how the stories that, you know, that you love to listen to and you love to hear about and everything, this is how they unfold. And we will have that. We're going to have a great story. We do have a great story.
Okay, but then also, I guess, speaking of moving forward and getting everything that we want, I remember when I was first being interviewed to come join the team, one of the questions that I would ask this before, but it's always kind of one that sticks with you, is that, how do you see yourself in 5 years? And I had no idea at all. But I feel like based off the question, the way you asked it, like you do have a plan for how you see yourself in 5 years.
Yes.
Like it's something you want to share.
I see myself just maturing, consistently maturing, and learning everything that I possibly can in our area that we go forward in. I want to see us consistently growing, all of us, not just, you know, in business and everything. I want personally growing too, every stage of the life. We're all going through a lot of different changes and emotions and things right now. So if you think about it, whoever you're kind of with right now has really gone through some of the most tumultuous things that you can in life that's ever happened. Do you know what I mean? So if you look at it in that way, you say, oh, we kind of all blaze through this together. So we've gotten through some pretty tough times. So as we get better and better and better, just think of the path that we're making for each other and ourselves going forward, because we start out on such a rocky ground. Do you know what I mean? We can only build up really good from here. And so in 5 years, I just see, you know, all of us sharpening our skills greater and greater. We become more familiar to everybody else, you know, in our industry and everything, because of what we're doing together as a team, you know. And I want to see that the support that we each give to one another becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. I want to see our clients become more successful, you know. Like, I love that. I mean, you know this. I get excited for the weirdest things, but that is one of them. You know, I want them to be successful. I see all of us working so hard constantly, you know. I want to see the results that come from that hard work. And I want each one of you to see it too, because it's you who do it, you know, all of you who are doing it. And so that's pretty amazing when, you know, that I'm gifted to be able to, you know, help lead this team of amazing people who are doing some amazing things in a time in life where it's not that easy, you know, and to be able to like still maneuver it all through, and, you know, people are still smiling and still doing things considering all the things that we've been up against. I think that we're, anything that goes on in the future now is just, it really is an added benefit, because like I feel in my heart, no matter what, we have health, we have our things, we have a great place here to be at, we have good people in here, we have good people that we're working with. We can only go higher. We can only make sure that we're getting better, we're sharpening our skills. Each one of us are helping each other, and I love to see that happening. I can't wait in 5 years to see what's happening, because I could already see what's going to happen. And I think I told you once before, Chris, the one thing about a visionary, what's the hardest thing for a visionary to do is to know what is coming in the future, but you have to wake up in today. In the present, what's going to happen. So I just have to consistently be able to help paint this picture, like how you guys paint the picture and write the words and do the story for our clients and all these things online. I got to literally put it out there every day for you guys to see, make sure that you know what you're chasing, what you're going after, and making sure that you could see the vision that cannot be seen just yet.
Yeah, I think us talking goes a long way to show how and why our company succeeds, and like learning about your mindset as the woman in charge of the show, so to speak.
Oh God, they're like, what is this?
So I would like to say thank you for coming on here with me, but I also like to say thank you to all the listeners, because that's all the time we have for today.
Yes, thank you. Come back. He's gonna have me back.
Well, I'll try everyone back at least once.
Yes.
Before the end of the summer. Hopefully.
I'm gonna do an interview on you.
Oh, okay.
I think everybody would like to hear that.
I'm sure.
Right. No, Mariah did, but all right.
Yeah, Mariah did already.
I know.
Bye.